ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's Sports Dad, and what a good day it is. Thursday, Friday Eve. What's happening with you? Thank you for joining me. Let me take the glasses off so you can see the eyes. You feel me? What's going on, everybody? I'm very happy to be here today, and what a show that we have lined up for you today. I'm super excited about the special guest, Jaye Hill, that we have, motivational speaker, who's been doing it for a very, very long time. And he's going to come on and speak to our hearts. And but before we do that, how y'all doing out there today? How y'all doing? It's been a long week. And guess what we're going to do tonight? We're going to finish it strong. That's right. We're going to finish it strong. And so I'm super excited. Of course, you know, this platform is it's for the recruiting process to educate parents, players, and coaches as well. And it's my understanding that, you know, a lot of people have been finding this information super duper helpful. And so, and I appreciate all of my guests taking the time to come on out of their busy day to come on and just share with us. And I'm going to tell you this, guys, they are doing this for free. They are doing this for free. And to be honest with you, you know, and like I said before, what I want to do is I want to put myself in a position to be able to, compensate these guys somewhat. I can't give them what they're worth, of course, but just be able to put something in their pocket just for their time, and that's to be able to just sow that seed. So if you want to donate to the channel, please feel free. If you're new to the channel as well, make the Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Go to the YouTube page and subscribe to my channel, and also to make sure you hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we're posting new information. All right. And we also, too, once again, we're also getting close to 300 subscribers. That's what we're trying to do. We're getting closer and closer to 300 subscribers. And with your help, hey, I can't do this by myself, but I need your help. And you have got me this far, and I don't think you guys are going to fail me now. So please share this information as much as you possibly can. If you are in the chat, make sure that you ask questions. Make sure that you comment, because it is your responsibility to ensure that the chat remains active and remains live. And if there's no questions, then hey, everything is there. If there's no comments, then I'm assuming that everything is good. But if we're all going through the recruiting process, and it's we all got those questions in our minds, those levels of uncertainty, and especially since COVID hit, that has definitely affected the recruiting world. Colleges are seniors are allowed to stay another year and things like that, and not as many offers are going out. And so that leaves a lot of questions in the mind of these young players, these athletes, players, and coaches as well. And we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit tonight with our special guest, who's getting ready to come on right now. I'm getting ready to bring him on, guys. Please make sure that you let's make them feel welcome, and make sure that you ask questions or add your comments, and we'll definitely be sure to recognize you as well in the actual chat as well. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome my friend, motivational speaker, Jaye Hill. What's up, Jay?
What's going on, sir? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. A little tired, but I'm doing well.
Hey, and guess what, man? Look, I'm tired too, and it's been a long week. But you know what? Like I just said earlier, man, we got to finish strong.
Yes, sir. We do. We got to finish it strong.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be just as strong as you, but you're a little stronger than me right now.
Yeah. So why don't you start off by telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Jaye Hill from Jaye Hill Speaks. I'm a married man for 16 years, 4 boys, 2 girls, 33 to 11. I'm in love with Jesus. I love coaching. I love talking. I love bringing impact. And the whole motto of Jaye Hill Speaks is changing minds in moments, because we only have a moment to change your mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and also too, Jay, why don't you share with the audience as well that you also have a kid that's going through the recruiting process as well, right?
Yes, my son is a ninth grader, and you can hear my 11-year-old son in the background. I'm sorry. So we're in this new technical way of life of doing things at home. So excuse me if you hear my 11-year-old being 11. But yes, my son is in the ninth grade. He goes to the University of Liggett. So he's beginning his football career and baseball career in high school. He plays outside and middle linebacker, second string as quarterback as a freshman on a varsity team. Actually threw his first touchdown pass in his last football game. He finally got some reps to be able to play at quarterback, and he threw a 25-yarder on the right-hand side on the vertical. So I'm an excited dad. I get to be on the sidelines with him. I get to be a part of his progress and development, of being a man first of anything, and then having the right type of character on and off the field.
Oh man, you listen, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we getting ready to get into it. It's getting ready to get crazy. Listen, those of you that are in the chat, just make sure that just say what's up to the guests. Just let them know that we in the building. Let me know who's here, and we getting ready to get into it. I can tell this guy is on fire. This is what he do. How long you been doing the motivational speaking?
For 14 or 15 years, I started back when we just before the recession in '08, and we have been running business and started off, cold calling in my office, then to building relationships with school districts to begin my process of teaching kids on leadership. Leadership is my niche with Jaye Hill Speaks. I wrote a book called Becoming a 21st Century Leader, which is a workbook format. Develop a journal called Changing Minds and Moments. Yes. And now we're writing my third book called Broken Leadership, which is a story about being broken to me now to be broken to him.
So talk a little bit about Changing Minds and Moments. Talk a little bit about that brand.
So it's a process of that people come in a mental fortitude where their thinking could be off, but right. It takes the inner toughness of individuals that are leading you in a direction where your mind can make a shift. A lot of people talk about this word called grind, but I used to have a 5-speed, so I know what it is to grind some gears when I first was going from neutral to first gear. And it's not it doesn't sound good. It doesn't help your car. So our mind needs to shift into a new place, because sometimes we're stuck in the behaviors of our parents, our grandparents, right. Our community, which then will lead us in a direction that we won't be able to impact a person with a positive mindset, but we will impact a person with a negative mindset.
Wow, that's deep, because that's where it all starts with, is the mind. And if you're not careful, the mind is so powerful that, I was just sharing this with a friend, but the mind is so powerful. It has, it can run from you. So, it's important to ensure that, having a mindset, having the right mindset, and being in that position is powerful. And I'm glad you brought that up. So Jay, why don't we let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm just gonna give you the floor, man, because I'm gonna tell you, it's probably people, you have a mixture in the room right now, probably, a few players, a few parents. I don't know if we have any coaches with us or whatnot. And if you just have other people in there that's outside of sports. And I know you said you deal with leadership, and, you talk with, young athletes and business entrepreneurs and things like that. Listen, it especially in a time like this, I think that, we all need to be reassured. We all need to be motivated. And like I was just sharing before my intro too, with this whole COVID thing, this has definitely had an effect on the area of recruiting for a lot of these young players. And I'm hoping that things turn around, but it has slowed things down tremendously for these guys. And so I know that there's a lot of worry, a lot of angst that's going on in the mind that they may not be even talking about, maybe not even to their parents. And from a parent perspective, the same thing, and some coaches who thought that they were going to be able to get their kids, into school and things like that. What do you have? What's on your heart tonight?
Well, it's a process of unlocking your fear, right? Things in life, you have to do things in fear. You have to face it and do it. You do it in fear, you'll be able to accomplish your goals. But if you stay stuck in your place, you will never move forward. And a lot of people are stuck in their own bubble, not even to reach outside of the bubble to be an impact, not only for themselves, but really what are you supposed to be doing for somebody else?
Right.
And a lot of times, because the way we think, we're selfish individuals when we need to be selfless in what we do, because that will propel us to be who we are in purpose and identity. But when you don't recognize your identity because you haven't been around positive individuals to lead you in a place that will help you build your foundation, you'll be like sand and you'll sink. And then as you're sinking, you'll be pulling other individuals down with you. So when we talk about leadership is there's two sides of it. A lot of people say, well, I'm not a follower. Well, I would disagree with everyone who would say that, because everyone follows something, but it's what you follow that makes the difference on who you are. And when I look at my core values, when I talk about this word called leader, I look at a leader is loyal, he's empowering, he's assertive, he's determined, he's educated, and he's respectful. But even in that respectful and being responsible, there has to be a great sense of resilience. That you don't be the opposite side of the leader, which a leader can be lazy, right? He can be evil. He can be angry. He can have this deathly thinking, right? And so he won't be able to do what he needs to do on the opposite side. But you really, as a parent, as a player, as a coach, as an individual in business, you have to pay attention to you, your inner core, that you realize the things that you say can change someone's perspective and their life in a positive or a negative way. And it's really your outlook, right? But then all a part of that, and my last words to you in this area, is what you are drawing your eyes to, what you're listening to, what you're watching, who you're around. That's who you become. And that's who you are. And then when people come to give you some constructive criticism, because you're so involved in a negative sense of thinking, you can't even see that they're really trying to help you, because once someone comes, depending on your maturity, no matter if you're old or younger, you become to put your hands up to defend your craziness. And you come to realize that when there's people who love you and they come around you to give you some constructive criticism, it's helping you understand the truth that will bring change to your thinking.
Wow. So, and I'm glad you was talking about this topic, in regards to leadership, because, I was also, talking about this on this week, is that, leadership, it's really bigger than what we think it is. You know what I mean? And it's so like a true leader understands also that he or she are not the only ones that have a level of influence.
Correct.
And so talking about what you were just saying, so it's important to understand, like, and make sure that you have the right people around you, because, there are people outside of your circle or on your team. You're not the only one that have influence. There are others that have influence on the people that you are in contact with as well.
But the sad part about adults is this, right? I realized this even more when my youngest son, who's 11, when he was 7. And he was saying some things to me that impacted my thinking. So I told a crowd of individuals, listen, no matter the age of the individual, there's always something to learn. So I believe in this thing of the 3 L's. You gotta listen, you gotta learn, and you gotta love. But you gotta pay attention to what you're listening to and what you're learning, because sometimes as a leader, you can fall in love with things that will take you 5 steps back. And then it's not even the influence of the people, it's your own influence of your thinking that takes you backwards. And what you eat on is what you become. And if I was to choose to eat McDonald's every day, I would get those results from McDonald's. So if you choose to always be around fast thinking individuals that have a negative impact, you're going to get exactly on what you want, which will be a negative impact, not only to you, but you will become a casualty to the people who are watching you and
Wow.
paying attention to everything that you're saying and everything you're doing. They're not responding. They're just becoming to what they see.
Wow. That's super important. You know, and I'm glad you hit on that too, because especially, you know, a lot of our youth, you know, they're growing up with a level of, you know, of empowerment, and they believe that they're in control of, you know, how they act. They're in control of, you know, their own energy, and they, you know, and they're not thinking that, you know, okay, if I'm around this person, if I'm around this negativity, that's not going to affect me. You know what I mean? But in essence, it automatically happens. If you're constantly around something, you automatically, in some way, shape, or form, whether it's great or small, become a product of that environment.
Yes, sir.
You know, so I'm going to take on, they used to tell us, you know, either you're going to draw them or they're going to draw you, but you're going to take on a part of them and they're going to take on a part of you in some way, shape, or form, if that's what you are around. So it's important, like you said.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's the other element, man? You giving it to us tonight. We talked about leadership. We talked about, you know, learn, listen, and lock, and things like that. The 3 L's. What other element tonight that you want to hit on, Jay?
Well, I think as we keep moving forward in our unrest in our world, the unrest is in Nigeria, the unrest that is here in our country, you deciding who you're going to vote for.
Right.
My mindset is, it's not who is in the office that makes the difference. It's in your office that makes the difference.
Wow.
And what I mean by that is that I can't allow other people's thinking to determine my steps.
Wow.
Because my steps have already been ordered.
Yeah.
And the only thing I need to do is follow the steps that have been ordered by my true provider.
Right.
Because not a president, not a parent,
right.
Not anyone is my provider, but the Father in heaven. And
right.
so when I look at my life as who I was as a man and how I raised my 33-year-old son to
right.
now how I'm raising my 14 and my 11-year-old son, it's 2 different people.
Right.
Because I've made a shift. And if you know you need to make a shift, but you won't humble yourself to get it done,
wow.
then you're going to live out pride that's going to make you fall over and over and over again. And if you're not connecting to the right pieces so that you can become whole with other individuals to stop the casualties that are happening in our city, in our world, in our country, then what is the point of living? There has to be purpose in your thinking. There has to be purpose in your eyesight, and there has to be purpose in your actions, because everything that we decide to do will change someone's life in that moment. That's why it's important to change your minds in moments, because there's a moment that we only have. Our life is like a vapor. It's here one moment and it's gone the next. And we always talk about this word legacy. We want to leave a legacy. We want to do this. We want to do that. But who are you really doing it for?
Wow.
You should be doing it for the people who are not even here yet.
Wow.
Because then those are the people who are going to make change. But people would say gold is precious. People would say pearls are precious. People say what diamonds are precious. The only way that those become of value is because the pressure that they take and the irritation of a pearl that it gets.
Yeah.
But the most valuable things that are no longer in use anymore are the ones who died in all their potential. They're in the graveyard. But we will never understand riches because they never lived out their potential.
Wow.
That's missing legacy that we can see every day when we're riding in different areas and we see the dash in between the dates.
Man.
So you got to realize that there's a date coming your way, and you got to know in between your dash right now, you got to get it done, and you got to unlock your fear, and you got to unify. You can't be negative in your unlock. You got to be loyal, to be obedient, to be observant, to bring change, and to have the knowledge, because knowledge is not power. Knowledge doesn't become powerful until you apply it. That's when it brings change. When you're really spending the time with individuals to bring an impact so that they can do the same thing, they can do the same thing for somebody else. That's when you're bringing change. And when you decide to do that, will do a little bit more for somebody else that is coming in the direction that you're leading them.
Wow. That's heavy, man. That's really heavy. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely in the moment of motivation right now. And like I said, I promised you guys that if you needed to be encouraged, now is the time to tap in. Make sure that you share this information. Make sure you go to my channel, my YouTube channel, and subscribe because we are in the process. Yeah, we're talking about, recruiting. We're talking about all of that good stuff. But at the end of the day, right now, it's about motivation. And having that energy, that right energy in that mental aspect and unlocking fear. And so we're talking about all that. And now, Jay, I got a question. I want to ask you a question. And, some viewers, they may not like this, but as a young athlete, now we're getting ready to shift. As a young athlete, how important is it to ensure that you have a level of spirituality? And I think this question is super important. I don't really want to get into the particulars or which religion is the right religion or what have you, because we could, people can debate all they want, right? So, but I'm just talking about having a level of spirituality, and while you're young. And also too, I guess we could talk to the parents too, but how important is it? How important is that?
So I'll say it to you like this, because I got to be who I am. Right?
Go ahead.
I believe in Jesus. So there's no ands about that. I believe prayer is necessary because then you can have a great sense of intimacy. I believe spending time with the Father. If we look at it from this framework, if some people say higher power, some people will say Buddha, some people will say Muhammad, some people will say all these different things.
Right.
I believe in God Almighty. I believe in my Abba. And I know my Abba created me to be a gift. It's just like your kid are a gift to people. And when they're on the field, you can see their gift.
Right.
Because the coaches have crafted it where they unwrap the gift. And people are seeing the explosion off the line. People are seeing the jumper. People are seeing how they're running on the track field. People are seeing how they're kicking the ball on the soccer field. They see all these gifts.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if those gifts are not stirred up in the right perspective, we can lose them.
Right.
And right now, we're in a spiritual battle, but we're looking at it like from a natural perspective.
Right.
And me as being a coach, I might not be able to directly say to someone what my belief system is because of wherever I'm coaching at.
Right.
But I will display it in my actions on how I respond.
Right.
How I have a supreme self-control, knowing that I don't have to talk about people in a negative perspective, a young man or a young lady, because I've coached basketball, I've coached football, I've coached baseball on both sides of the field, and I played baseball. But at the end of the day, the only thing I can give somebody is what I'm eating on.
Right.
And what I eat on, they're going to get all that information. It's either going to be a good nourishment or a negative nourishment.
Right.
So I choose to put myself in positions in my spirituality, as you stated. But my spirituality, to be honest with everyone who's watching, whether we can disagree, I'm still going to love you where you are, even if you don't agree with me. And you don't have to. That's okay. But for me, in my house, it's Jesus all day long. That's what I teach my 14-year-old who's playing football. And the other day when a guy was holding him down, I heard my 14-year-old use an F-bomb. And I said to him, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't do that. And it's not about me. We just don't do that. Right. You need to get this together.
Right. It's a shout out to Bill Roos, who actually connected us. I really appreciate you. But he says so many of us can benefit from Jay's wisdom. Listen, anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything that you may be struggling with, and you want Jay to talk to it right now? Now's the time to speak up, because we're unlocking a lot of potential and a lot of mental capacity right now. But I thought that last question was powerful, Jay, because especially as young athletes, growing up, it is important for parents to instill that level of spirituality, because guess what? Your mama ain't gonna, when you go off to college, she's not gonna always be available for you. Your dad is not gonna always be available for you, right?
But your character will always be available, because you
Yes,
will
sir.
display.
Yes,
You will
sir.
display who you are. Your
Yes, sir.
behaviors will come right on out.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And so, so at the end of the day, like you have to, learn how to, develop that level of spirituality for yourself, so that you can rely on that when, you can't call home and vent to mom or dad and they're not around. Then what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You need to rely on your relationship. So, we're Jay, we're almost at the end here, and I'm actually getting ready to let you go. But before we let you go, please do me a huge favor. Talk to the young athletes right now, man, and and just give them a quick word, real quick. Just a level of encouragement and motivation.
So, young lady, young man, get off the game. Handle your academics. Stop laying in the bed right now on your phone, on TikTok and Snap and the gram.
Wow.
Get up and work on your craft. Don't wait to practice. You do it before and after practice. Close your eyes right now. Whether you play basketball, football, baseball, no matter what you play, close your eyes and see yourself doing your job as a team player, not an individual. Come together. If you're a pitcher, you throw it to a catcher, he's giving you a signal. If you're a quarterback, you reading and you paying attention to if they're playing a cover 3 or they're playing a cover 2 or they're playing man. If you're a basketball player and you're running a point, you're running 3 different speeds. You're going slow, you're going medium, and you're going fast. If you're the 5, you're setting yourself up and boxing down to get the ball to put in the easy 2. But whatever your position is and whatever sport you play, you need to relax.
Wow.
You need to sit back and lead the team in the right way. If you down in a game, don't be down in your mind. Don't doubt the comeback, because many have come back from an ACL, from a meniscus, from a broken bone, from down in a game, no matter the sport. Be that player and come back. Come back on the field, come back outside of life. And if you happen to injure yourself and your window of opportunity has closed, that's why you got to do what you need to do in the classroom. That's why you have to be academically sound. But first and foremost, that's why you need to have God where he needs to be, number one. And so allow your mind to be changed in this moment now. Don't waste it on the negative. Push it towards the positive.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy, Jaye Hill. Jay, listen, actually, you can find him as well at jayhill.com. I have his website here, and all of his social media outlets are listed on his website. Make sure that you check in, go follow him, stay connected. He's also, you're also a pastor, right, Jay?
Yes, sir. I love Jesus.
Yeah. So make sure you go to his site, guys, and check him out. Jay, listen, I really appreciate you for coming on and sharing all of that powerful information that you just shared, man. And it really spoke to me, and I hope it spoke to others as well, man. I really appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate the time. Listen, share the YouTube site. Don't miss out on the opportunity that what a great dad is trying to do for your young people that might not even know what's going on. Just subscribe, hear that bell, share it with somebody right now. Stop playing and go to the other sites and share this YouTube channel. Why? Because it's changing minds and moments. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Thanks, Jay. Hey, y'all, did y'all enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? Thank you. Let's see. Oh, this is my sister. I would like to say that Jay, that really has given me a word, encouragement, of motivation. I wish the world could hear this, so I can thank you, brother. Having you're welcome, sis. You're welcome, sis. And thank you for tuning in. Make sure you share the information. Listen, y'all, that was super powerful. That was just something, that was a destined moment. My guy, Bill Roos, he called me and was just like, hey man, you need to have this guy on, give him he's a motivational speaker. You need to have him on. He's great. He's excellent at what he does. And from just that little moment, I feel empowered. I feel empowered. And I feel really good. And so if I'm feeling that way, I know that you were able to walk away and you were able to walk away with something tangible as well. So before we go, let me know who in the chat. I already know Tamika here. My auntie is in the building. Hey, Nene. Who else is here, y'all? Come on, talk to me real quick. Let's see. It's been a crazy week, but we're ending it and we're finishing strong with mind-changing moments. Oh, who's this pretty young lady here? Wow. Hey, girl. Hey. What up, Bill? All right. Yeah. So yeah, man. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It's been a blast. Make sure that you stay with us, and make sure that you stay tapped in, because, like I said, you just never know where we're gonna go with the next. Hey, there, Mima. You just never know where we're going with the next, and I really hope you enjoyed tonight, guys. We're really working hard, just to keep it going and just to keep everybody, motivated. Even if it's not a lot of, young people in the building tonight or in the room tonight, I should say, make sure that you share this information with somebody, and just to let them know that we're doing positive things. All right. Have a great night. And let's keep America in prayer, y'all. All right, there you have it, folks. Another great recruiting session in the books. Definitely there were some huge nuggets that were dropped, and hopefully you're walking away with something tangible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we post new information. And also, too, if you want to support the channel financially, be sure to send all donations to $SportsDad CEPH, and that's also on my YouTube platform as well. Make sure that you stay tapped in. And until next time, I'm out.